All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. Call Lord Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors, Apostle Elders, Great Millstone, rule and teach well, peace, salutation to all you Akim in the four corners of the earth, Aqua, listening and learning. And we are part of why I sold Yahushua sanctified ones. And I'm Yaquab. All right, or Yaquab, however you like to say it. All right. I know people like to be Hebrew Israelite correct on your names. I want to try to correct you on your. Always when somebody want to correct you on something, somebody got to know more than you, but which is fine. So however you would like to say it. But anyway, right quick, I want to point is to go into why you suffer. You know what I mean? When you're in the truth, when you come to the truth, a lot of people don't realize that the biggest part of being in the truth when you're in it is the suffering, right quick, because you got to know that people come in and people come in and automatically think that, oh yeah, this is going to be an easy treat, or this, oh, I'm gonna get all these blessings and everything gonna be good and my money gonna be on point and everything gonna be. It's not so. Not when you're the actual elect, not when you're actually a man of the Lord, because you got to go through some shit to get shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is gonna be handed to you, just as Adam. Right? That time of shit being handed to us was it came and went with Adam. Right? When Yahushua first hit the earth, because Adam, he made the mistakes. Okay. So, yeah, just give me 1 second. Let me get the scripture. Damn, the scripture just literally left my mind. All right, anyway, well, I should have got it while I was talking. I want shit just slipped my head that quick. But like I said, but this present time you got to go through you got to suffer, right? You're gonna go through some shit. You're gonna go through some shit being in this truth. Yeah, that's it. I got it. This is shit, I can't even see. It's locked here. This is let me see that. Oh shit. It's locked, yeah. I'm making all kind of mistakes right now. There you go. All right, yeah, this is it. All right, so this will be Salaki for the pause, because the sun is shining and I'm outside, and and it's kind of hard to see the screen a little bit, but I guess I could have moved to a better spot, but it is what it is. But this is Ezekiel, right quick. Those that know, they know when I start saying Ezekiel. Yeah, here we go. Ezekiel 3, chapter 1, right? Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, right? And what's the roll that we're eating? He was talking to Ezekiel about the scriptures, about understanding the wisdom, knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai, right? The scriptures that we have, the understanding, right? What it is to be a man of the Lord, what it is to be the elect. And go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, right? So when you eat it, you start learning. You start getting into it. You listen to the videos. You start learning you're an Israelite. You start going through the motions. I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat. and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Right? So you got to encompass it. You got to take it all the way in. You got to digest it. Right? It's got to go in. It's got to go through. And a lot of guys vomit it. A lot of guys vomit it up. A lot of guys, when they start going down, let me tell you, let me just read this. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And that's right, because the sweetness is, it's very, it's a beautiful thing to learn that you are the chosen of the Lord, that you are the chosen people. Even if you're not even the elect, the elect, it's like, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful when you first look at it, right? It's like, whoa, like shit, like damn, this is what we, it's like, oh man, you start reading the promises, that was given unto Abraham. You start going through the scriptures, you start reading how the Lord took the children of Israel out of Egypt, and so you start getting into the scriptures, and you start seeing Job, and then you like, oh shit, you hear the first part of Job, you're like, oh damn, Job had it good, but then when you get into it deeper, after that roll went down, it got real bitter, right? So it was sweet, right? First part of Job was sweet, because Job, we tell about everything Job had. Job was a rich man. Job had it all. It was real sweet. Job had it was sweet in the very beginning, right? You go, like I said, you can go through many different accounts. King David, right? He became the king. It was sweet, but it was bitter. It was rough, right? So then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. So let me see. Where was I at? Okay, here we go. Sorry, it's lucky. Okay, let me jump down here. So saying a strange speech, not to many people a strange speech, and of a hard language whose words thou canst understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they have hearkened unto thee. So Lord said, even the heathen would have listened if he would have been sent unto them, right? Let's see, where we at? Some that always proceed to receive. Let's see. Hold on, Salaki, I missed the point. Okay, hold on, Salaki. I missed the whole point here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry, I was in the wrong. I'm sorry. This is where I wanted to be. Let me get it. This is the one I wanted to bring out. I'll bring out the one about the part being sweet, but hold on, my bad, Salakia. I was tripping. I'm not tripping, but that's what I wanted to get. That part. I think it's there. Eat it up. Okay, there we go. All right, this is John. Salaki. This is the one I wanted. This is John in Revelations 10, and I believe it's about 10, if I'm not mistaken. Because I know the Ezekiel is in there too, but hold on, let me this here. Yeah, I think this is the one I wanted the most. Yeah, this is a Revelation 10 and 10, and I took the little. Yeah, that's it. Salaki. That's the one I wanted. But yeah. But anyway, but as I'm speaking though, but even though as Ezekiel took the road to understand and learn, but he still learned, because we go read through the rest of it, talks about Israel's being in captivity, and that captivity is bitter. This life is bitter, right? This world is bitter. But right here is Ezekiel 10 and 10 and 8, or no, I'm sorry, I keep saying Ezekiel. Revelation 10 and 8. All right, Revelation 10 and 8. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And the same thing, with Ezekiel, right? I can't remember what that part just says it. I think I missed it, but it's okay. But I remember this one in Revelation 10 and 10. But that's the scripture. That's the word. That's what we're in. That's what it is to be the elect. The elect, when you're the 2/3, it's sweet. When you're the 2/3, you come into this thing and it's just sweet. Everything is good. But when you keep pushing further in the truth, and when Satan see that you're in it and you're pushing in it, shit start changing. You start seeing a lot of different things come your way. You start going through a lot of different scenarios that don't make sense. You like shit that just is stupid as fuck, and you like, why the fuck is this happening? And that's because of your push. You pushing to be with the Lord, right? You cannot be in the truth. You cannot really want to be the true man elect and think that everything in life is going to be sweet as honey. Right, and that's what it is when you, like I say, when you're Israel, you learn it's sweet as honey at first. It's everything is beautiful, man. Like I remember when it was like, damn, like when you first wake up, it's like wow, wow. You start learning things, and you like, oh man, But then you like really taste the taste is really good, but then all of a sudden the taste start turning foul. You start getting deeper into it, and you like, fuck, do you really, like the Lord say, count the cost. Count and measure that you can withstand. Can you withstand the test of time? Can you go through the heat? Because that heat gonna get turned up. You know what I mean? You in a pool, and it's the pool is 80 degrees, and I mean it's right. You like it's feel good. Heated pool and everything. You like, man, I can't beat this. But then that shit start consistently. Slowly but surely, it gets hotter and hotter, and eventually you up at 95 degrees, close to 100 degrees. You like, shit, this shit getting hot. Can't take it down a little bit. No, you can't take it down because this is what you asked for, and it just keeps getting hotter. And you up at 110, and you at 115, you at 150. You fucking 200 degrees, and you look up, you at 1,000 degrees, and you like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And it's you want to melt away, but you can't. But a lot of men do. A lot of men can't take it when they get over 100 degrees. Lord lets us know you're going to take 300 to 400 to 600 degrees. And then when they hit 1,000, it's over. You know what I mean? Them guys, 15 years in the truth. Men done dropped out the truth. Done had 15 years. Men done ran camps. The head of camps. And all of a sudden they become an agnostic. And the truth is, they say, well, I was agnostic all the whole time. So you wasn't going to last. You wasn't meant to last. You know what I mean? So we got to be ready for the truth is not, you don't come in the truth and thinking it's a fad and, it's all fun and games. And because it's different. It's not like everything else. Being with Yahweh Shema Shai is totally different than being, with the world. Where we got a whole different ideals, a whole different way of living, a whole different way of being and thinking. You know what I mean? And it's already hard for men. So for the women, it's going to be even harder because when you come back to the Lord, you get put in your rightful place, and you realize that your choices is not your choices anymore. That you can't, there is no self will. When you're a woman in this thing, you gotta go along with the Lord tell you to do, right? So whatever, when the Lord send a man the Lord your way, you just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? When you don't want to or not, but you roll with it because you just see in women. That's why women can't come into the truth. That's why it's hard for women to even try because they don't know how to be submissive, right? Because the way the Lord works off of dealing with women through men. The women are dealt with strictly by the men, right? The Lord hey, look, that's your right. I'm your mine's and she's yours. So we do whatever the Lord tell us to do. We ain't have a choice. We don't have a choice to say, oh, well, Lord, I want to serve you this day, or I don't want to serve you that day, or, or I don't like the way this. We don't have that choice. We just serve because he's the king, because he's the heavenly ruler. We can't do, because if it's not for him, it's no us. So that's the same way the Lord set it up for the woman is without the man, there's no woman, there's no salvation, right? You can't be saved without the man. Or only how you can get saved is if you're a virgin and you haven't been touched and you've been staying in these scriptures, and you've been in the scriptures, and you're an Israelite woman, and you sit and wait for the Lord to, send that man to you. But if it's not for that, you can't. There's no saving for women, other than like the scripture say, other than through childbearing. And if you're gonna do a childbearing, that means you got to be with a man. You got to be a man with a man under the Lord. Now if you a woman and you come in the truth, and you are married to a husband and you're in the truth. But at least you're trying to be in the truth, and you read, you study, right? You're submissive to your husband, even though he's wicked and he's not right. Maybe he's not right. Maybe he is foul as hell. Maybe he's doing wrong shit maybe he's just a regular man. It's not in the truth. He just, he's just going along. He's making his money. He's doing his thing, whatever he's doing. But you try to show him, like, hey, honey, look at this. Think about this. He's like, nah, I ain't with that shit. You don't leave him. That's your husband. You stay with him. But you stay faithful. You stay faithful in your belief. Now that's your saving. Now you're gonna be saved because you're not out there whoring around. You're not, on the cock carousel. You're not committing all this adultery. You being a righteous woman, as righteous as you can be, right? As righteous as a woman can be, you're being it. Then you're on point, right? But other than that, the only other way to be saved is to be a virgin. It's to not to be touched. And the Lord set you up with a man of the Lord. And if man, Lord, come your way, you accept it, you take it, you roll, and you praise the Lord. You be thankful, you be grateful, and that's what we have to learn to do as Israelite men. We have to do that to Yahushua. We have to learn to be thankful and grateful for his commitment that he committed unto us, so we give it back to him. We have to praise Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, that Yahweh sent Yahushua for us to save us, right? So, and that's a big part of the truth for men and women. So it's sweet, like Ezekiel said, when you put it in your mouth, and as and I'm gonna find it though, but as John stated, that in the belly it was bitter, but in the mouth it was sweet. He just said it the backwards way that Ezekiel said it. So it's the same thing, right? So it went in sweet, because it goes to the mouth first before it gets into the belly, right? But then when you get down to the nitty and gritty, right? That's old school, right? When you get down to the nitty gritty, when you get down to the real shit, the real spill, man, that shit's rough. It's rough. It ain't. I'm gonna say shit, but but you understand what I'm saying. It's not something that you can. It's not a cakewalk. It's not a walk in the park. You got to really put it in. You got to put the work in, and you got to keep the faith, and you got to you got to be able to stand the test of time. As long as the Lord got you here, you got to be able to show and prove. You constantly showing and proving ourselves to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and that's just the way it works. If you don't like it, just stay the fuck out of it, right? And that's what a lot of men do. They don't like it. They get in it. 15 years later, you look up, they done fell out the truth. So much time later, they switching the doctrine, and they looking like this old Sakari group, who they call themselves Genesis now, and going off on all this crazy shit about the heathens can be saved, and like men get bugged out. You know what I mean? The Lord, and that's why the Lord said, "This thing be of man, it'll come to naught." You know, the Lord splits what He don't like. He break it up, and that Sakara shit got broke up. That Genesis shit gonna get broken up. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if it's not meant for, if it's not something meant through Yahweh Shema Shai, and you think these is righteous men. These men had a huge following. These men's making $20,000 a month, man. You know, all this, you know, shit they was doing online, all this, you know, all these online they was doing, all the different shit they was doing, man, clothing and you know, giving out different breakdowns, and I mean, like, these dudes was making cake, you know, but the Lord brought that shit to naught. You know, He split that shit up. So, you know, because why? Because in reality of it, this shit is better. This is not for you to be wealthy off of. This is the truth is not for you to come in and make money off of. You know, and I think that's the foulest shit that Israelites do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, you know, our people shouldn't send us, you know, money and because this shit is rough, right? I'm not saying that. But that's cool, you know, if somebody just want to send you donations or whatever. But to sell the scriptures, to sell the word it's not the place. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're not here to sell the scriptures. We're not here to sell breakdowns and do 3-hour videos and 4-hour videos just so I can get super chats and super coffee chats and shit. That's not the point. Right, we come on to teach something and to keep it moving. You know, we're not making gain off the Lord. We're not gonna make gain off the Lord's words. And then you look at these groups that do it. Look what ended up happening to them. Because money come between them. You know, people get big headed. Right, you get a pride puffeth up. You get puffed up with pride, and then next thing you know, you look up. You know, you talking about your leader was getting pegged in a butthole. Oh, he's saying, but you was getting pegged too. And, you know, all kind of shit. Oh, well, but he was gay and this was gay. And y'all, it's like all this shit come out, all this filthy shit come out. And you like, man, y'all had a huge ass following. You had a huge following. And Jagged Edge was in your group. You know what I mean? You had worldly niggas in your group. Yeah, like you had a huge ass following. Really? You know what I'm saying? And so, but if it's not of the Lord, man, this thing could come to naught. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so like I say, it's sweet at first, but it's bitter. You know, it's bitter. They weren't paying attention to the bitter, but now the bitter done hit them and they run. You know, they try to change it up, switch names, change the game. No, man, you can't do it like that. You know, it's not gonna work like that. Because whatever you were in at first, if that didn't work, whatever you doing next ain't gonna work. You know. Because if the Lord broke that up, He gonna break whatever else you doing next, right? You keep trying to make money because you making gain off the scriptures. You using the Lord to make money, right? And that's not what we're here to do, man. So we don't sell shit. We don't sell breakdowns. We don't sell scriptures. We're not going on here doing man. We ain't got time for that, man. We right now we about to Yahweh Shema Shai, and whatever the Lord deem us to have is what we'll have. But the congregation. Can they take care? Yeah, the congregation, because when you out here pushing the teacher, the congregation is supposed to make sure you good, especially when the congregation got, you know, if you got congregation and they, you know, hey, you take care of the men of the Lord. You know what I mean? You take care of those men that's really pushing the truth and righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Who's really pushing it and really staying about it. They push the truth. You're supposed to send them brothers something. Make sure they good. You know, hey, look, y'all brothers good. Like, you know what? It don't even matter if y'all good or not good. I'm just going to drop y'all something. You know what I'm saying? Drop you something every so often, man, you know, because that's what we're here to do, to look out for the body, to make sure the body is sufficient and thank them for what they're doing. But to get on here and to start selling just literally for hours and hours and creating all this worldly super chat shit and all this shit, nah, man, that's not what the game is. That's not how it goes, you know, and it's not a game, and that's why they treat it like such. So back to the scriptures. I'm gonna just keep talking. I'm gonna go back to it. This is back to Revelation 10 and 8. And a voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, Go and take the little book which is open in thy hand of the angel, which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth, sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many nations, before many peoples, and nations, and tongues, and kings. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? So this word, at first, it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be good. But you're gonna have to suffer. The bitter part is you're suffering. It's going through. Like, what's bitter about it? What's bitter? Because once you get in it, you learn that you're Israelite, but now you gotta learn that you gotta go through the hell. You gotta go through the hard shit. Now you learning that Job at first was sweet. He was rich and he was an upright man and he was righteous and upright man. But then he had to go through all these hell, trials, and tribulations. King David had to go through all these hell, trials, and tribulations. You start learning and reading about the way the men of the Lord, the things they went through. Paul, the hell he had to go through. The way they died, the way Luke, Matthew, Mark, you start realizing like, man, well, damn. You know, so to live with the Lord is to suffer. Right? If you're going to get the kingdom, you got to suffer the suffering of Yahushua. So your life, you know, now, yeah, maybe we're not getting strung up on the cross and getting beat and we're not getting spat on and thorns put on our head and spears stuck in our side and nails stuck in our wrist. Right? We're not going through that kind of turmoil, but you're going through your own turmoil. You know, you're dealing with different jobs, money, your life, your women, your wife or whatever it is, or not having a wife, can't get a wife, can't, you know, you're going through, you know, you trying to live just everyday life. You got a job, you work 1 day, 2 days, you don't work the next 4 or 5 days. You got to pay bills, you got to pay rent. There's different ways of suffering, you know. Some brothers can be homeless. I don't know, man. You know, it's whatever. You know what I mean? It's the everyday activity. You got money coming in, you waiting on it. It's constantly waiting. You got a fucking you know, you had to put some slick shit to get some money. You know, because you know you live in this world, you gotta use it. So you find a way to use something in this world, right? And then you use it, and next thing you know, that shit come back to bite you down the line. You know, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months later. And when you needed some shit, you can't get some shit because you did some other shit earlier. Like it's constant, you know, it's like, man, but every time you didn't do it because you being a wicked, it's because you were a righteous man that's going through a lot of hard shit. So you keep trying to find different ways to cover all the bad shit. And you're constantly searching and trying to find ways to correct the things that's going wrong that you have no control over. Right? And that's suffering. You got to suffer through the scriptures. You got to go through, you know, maybe, you know, you be in the scriptures and somebody calling you a fake and you're not this. I mean, it's just it's a surmounting of things that you go through in this world. Maybe it's sickness. You know, maybe you're going through some physical ailments. Maybe you're going through some mental ailments. You know, we had a few brothers in our camp way back, you know, that had a couple brothers was dealing with some mental issues, man. You know, we don't ever speak on them brothers because it's about 2 brothers that was with us that we can never say really nothing bad against because we understood that they was going through some mental shit. You know, other brothers that we talk, you know, have to, you know, talk about, rebuke heavy and hard, you know, and, you know, be truthful about, you know, them dudes, I don't say brothers, but them guys, right, them other guys that was in the truth with us in our camp, you know, that we had to get at. You know, they don't, you know, switch your doctrines and slothful and, you know, deceiving, lying, you know, doing all these things. So we bring it out on them. But we had two that we just pretty much don't even, you know, speak on because it was they had them demons. They had heavy mental demons. Cool brothers though, man. They was cool. They was trying. They was doing their best, man. You know, they was doing they you know. Now to this day, you know, we can call both of them brothers that we, you know, and like, hey brother, how you know, if you know, and you know, we have no hard feelings with those brothers. There's no ill will towards any of them brothers, man. You know, because you know they just had they had mental demons. You know, you could see it, and we knew it, and we was trying to help them brothers through it. But you know, we're not the Lord, right? So our job is to plant that seed. So we pray that we pray for them brothers if they, you know, come out of it. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Al Shai for them brothers. Throughout the Yahweh Shema Shah, that a sheep returned to the fold. They was able to get over and conquer those demons through the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. So, like I say, so people have different issues. People go through different things. So when these scriptures get bitter, and you start learning the bitter part of the scriptures, that you got to go through tough shit, that you can't get the kingdom, it's not going to be just handed to you, right? Yeah, you got to put the work in. Yeah, you keep the law to the best of your ability, but you got to but your faith is going to determine if you make it or not. You got to have faith. If you faith without works is dead, right? And what James said, I'll show you my faith by my works, because you got the faith, so you doing the works. But if you don't got no faith, then you ain't gonna do the works. So faith without works is dead. So you can't even do the work, because if you lack the faith, what's gonna happen? You're gonna flip out, turn out. You're gonna do a lot of different shit, So this word is bitter. So we're gonna suffer through this thing. Okay. So let me go here, right quick. Let me go here. This is Matthew 19 and 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do, that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, and eternal life is what? Is being with Yahweh Shema Shai. So you die in this world is giving life to the Lord when you die in righteousness. And then when you come back, you know what I'm saying? So when you die to Yahweh Shema Shai, right? So you die in righteousness, and you come and you really get your life. You start living, because this shit here ain't living. Right, this is suffering. You're in hell because it's nothing but a bunch of suffering. Right, it's like Jonah. Right. When you're going through heavy affliction is hell. Right, you're in the pit. You're in the grave. This is the grave. This is the pit. This is where death is. We're in the land of death now. America, this whole earth is death, because this is where everything dies. Right, there's a sentence for your life here, right? So you're in the land of death. We're not in the land of life. This ain't the land of the living. This is the land of the dead, because you can't live without Yahweh Shai. So when you die in this world, in this sin, and if you come back righteous and you've done things you're supposed to do, you get your life back. Now you're living because you get back with Yahweh Shai again. Yahweh Shai. You come back to the Lord. And then when you come back in righteousness, and now you're living, right? Because the Lord is life. And behold, one came unto me and said, Good master, what good thing shall I do, that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yahweh. See? He said, Why callest thou me good? Because none of us is good. Well, what did Paul say? I know that dwelleth in me is no good thing. There's no good thing dwelleth in me. Right? Well, the Lord said, well, our righteousness is as what? Filthy rags. Right? Even though we're trying to be righteous, but we still dirty. Because we here on this earth, we make mistakes. We do the wrong thing. We say the wrong thing. We offend, we offend the Lord. We don't be decent. We don't do things decently and in order. We get out of order. We want to be heads, and the Lord has set up a camp the way it's supposed to be structured. And if it wasn't you that set it up, it wasn't for you to structure it. But yet you want to tell the man that structured it what to do, how to do, what we should and shouldn't do. You want to be like Sakari, gorilla, right? I'll never forget him coming out there to see I was watching the Apostles back when they can't remember, I think it was 34th or whatever street they was on. I can't remember what street it was, but I remember watching him walk up to their group, and and like, I had these motherfuckers right here. It's like, man, you got no respect. No respect, man. No respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're filthy. Everything about you is filthy, and that's just how we all are. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, even but when you are a man of the Lord, the hopeful elect, your righteousness is filthy as rags, because you're on this wicked ass earth. You're in the land of the dead. There's nothing here but fucking wickedness. Right? So, let me get back to the scriptures. He that, what was that? 17, and he said unto him, And he said unto him, Salakia, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, see, so he said he eternal, and that's life, right? Keep the commandments. He said unto him, which Yahweh said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal. And I mean, and this is, and you got to understand, a lot of people get this twisted, that we have to remember that this was to the Israelites. This was not talking to the heathen nations. So the heathens has nothing to do. The rich man was an Israelite. The heathens has nothing to do, not a damn thing to do with these scriptures, other than them serving and other than them putting the hell upon us. Their job was to put hell upon us and then to turn around and have to serve us, to be our servants, our slaves, right? So any man make it to the kingdom in righteousness, they're going to make it to the kingdom, but they're going to make it under slavery, not under righteousness, not under salvation. They're going to get burnt up on this side. They're going to die. Their death is going to be here. And then over there in the kingdom, it's going to be a second wave of death, right? Just like for here, this is our death. When Yahweh Shai is our life. This is the kingdoms. This is the kingdom for the heathen, specifically the wicked Esau. But all the heathen does great in this world. This is their life, but it's very short. So when they come over to our side, they're going to come over into death. They're going to come over into hell, suffering. They're not going to the kingdom to have a good, golly, jolly time. Okay? They're going to have to serve the Israelites and be our handmaidens, our wash pots. Okay? They're not coming over into salvation as the Israelites are. Right? So thou shalt not commit adultery. Who is that talking to? It's not talking to the heathen. Fuck the heathen. The Lord don't care about the heathen. The heathen, they're just a drop of the vessel. They're just spittle. They don't matter. So they sin. Who cares? There is no sin for them. Because the scriptures was never given to them. The laws was never. How they going to keep a law that they was never given? You can't keep a law that was never given to you. It was only given to the Israelites out of Egypt. The law came out of Egypt, out of Moses. Only people was there was the Israelites. It wasn't for you. It's not for the heathen. Okay? The wicked, the heathen, it was never for you. It's only for Israel. Right? So now, enter into life, keep the commandments. You can't keep them when you're a heathen. He saith unto him, which Yahushua said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal. So Israelites are not supposed to commit adultery, not supposed to murder each other, not supposed to steal. Right? We're supposed to keep the commandments. So we can't kill each other. We're not supposed to murder each other. We're not supposed to commit adultery against each other. And we're not supposed to steal, but we can do that from the heathen. We're going to put the heathen to death. I mean, how many heathen King David done put to death, and so many others. When you go through the scriptures, all the kings, the book of the kings, read book of Kings, read Chronicles. You know what I mean? The deeds up. I mean, how many, right? The Lord didn't charge, even Saul bitch ass. The Lord didn't charge Saul. Saul didn't die because he was killing a heathen. Right? He died because he went against the wills of the Lord. He wanted to kill King David. He didn't listen and do what he was supposed to. He was supposed to kill the king. He didn't do it. The Lord told him, kill him, bring him over. Samuel had to cut the motherfucker up, chop him up, kill him, chop him up to get rid of the wickedness out of Israel because Saul didn't listen. The Lord said, kill the fucking heathens. Put the motherfuckers to death. They have no covenant with us. Right? So they're not under our law. We are, right? So you can't commit adultery against your brothers, which is an Israelite. You cannot steal against your brothers, which is Israelite. So if you're going through this world and Esau got something you need, I mean, quiet is kept the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to take that shit. The heathen, we're supposed to be able to take that shit because they heathen. Okay? We when it comes to So when so that's what I was saying earlier, you suffer in this world because Esau makes shit hard for you. You know, the heathen make it hard for you in this life. And then so you figure out a way around this shit, right? And you stealing from them. But do they know? But so who gives a fuck? The Lord don't give a fuck because you got them, you living, you making. Lord made a way for you to take it from them. You know? So you do it because they're the heathen. But when you take it from your own, from your brothers, you know, you creating a church, you know, inside your inner city, and you stealing your people's money. You taking money from their house, from their rent, from their car notes, from their light, their gas, from their food, from their water bill. You know what I'm saying? From their children's mouth, their children's clothes and food, and you taking money from your own people. But that's wicked. You stealing from them just to make your people, yourself better. But them your people. And you taking they shit. You supposed to be taking them heathen shit. You gonna put create a church out in the fucking where Edomites are and give them the bullshit. Why you giving the bullshit to your own people? You know, why you gonna tell the lies and destroy your own people? Take that shit out to the fucking Edomites and to the fucking heathens and, you know, them fucking Christians and build your church out in their fucking backyard. And you gonna teach that wickedness, teach it and steal from them and get your Benz, your Bentleys and all that good shit, and then take your money down to the hood and help your hood. You know what I mean? Go build a center for the kids to come out to school. Go take care, you know, get some food programs and shit for your people. You know, create a bill payment system for your congregation down in the hood because they the ones needed. You shouldn't steal from your people. Shit, Robin Hood, that was the point of Robin Hood. Steal from the rich and give to the poor. You niggas steal from the poor to give to the rich. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so back to it. I'm gonna never get through the scripture because I'm gonna get to be talking too much. All right, but anyway, thou shalt not steal. I didn't even get to the meat and bones of what we talking about. Hey man, it's the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord, man. I be going on one thing. I don't know. It happened to me, happened to everybody. But when the Spirit when the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai get to moving, sometimes other things come up for whatever reason. So I can't, you know. Hey, I'm being controlled by Yahweh Shema Shai. I'm the vessel of the Lord. I'm just a fucking vessel. And whenever the Lord want me to say something, I turn the mic on. If I'm not saying nothing because the Lord evidently ain't got me saying nothing, he want me to shut the fuck up because I'm going through some shit. I don't know. I'm man. I'm human. Right? I go through my own mental shit. You know, I'm not mentally fucked up, but I mean, I go through my mental shit where I'm trying to survive on a fucking daily. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is, I was in Matthew, I think 6. You know, I pray for that daily bread. Hey, daily, we got to work this thing out. You know? So, but however I move because through the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. And when I'm on, and when I'm not, I'm not. You know? I don't know, but I'm never going to give up on Yahweh Shema Shai. I don't never fall. Never falter on the Lord. I know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? We know we into. All right, so back to the scriptures. If I ever shut my mouth to get there. Thou shalt do no murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your people. Right? Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. And I want to hit something right quick. It says, thou shalt love thy neighbor. And that neighbor is your people. Like I said, not loving your neighbor is charging them for your Bentley and Mercedes and fur coats and the first lady to look like she a princess. And, you know, you robbing from your people. You're not helping your people. Right? Bearing a false witness against your people. Dogging your own people out to the heathen nations. Love thy neighbor as I love thyself. If you wouldn't want somebody to come in and rob, you're going to take your money. Right? You don't want somebody to come in and teach you what y'all teaching bullshit. But the point is, you're going to do a scam. You don't want to be scammed because y'all use the scriptures to scam. Because all it is that Christianity shit is a scam for a nigga to make money just like drugs. It's the same thing. Right? You peddle that shit to your people. You peddle them drugs, and the scriptures is a drug. Right? It's addictive. And you peddle that shit, that false, fake religion, you peddle it to your people so you can gain an income. for gain. So you don't have to be hard, live hard and live down and check to check, bill to bill. So you're sucking and siphoning money and economics away from your people. So you can go live out with the Edomites in the suburbs and live good, and your people be down in the hood suffering. You siphon their money off and go take money and give to the suburbs, rather than planting a church in the suburbs, siphon their money off and take it down to your people. Your ass is backwards. Your ass backwards, right? So and then you bear false witness against your people, right? So then another thing too is honor thy father and thy mother, right? You're not honoring Yahweh Shemal Shad. You're not honoring our land, Israel, right? But also when it comes to your parents, your people, you don't honor them, right? Who put you here on this earth, right? Through the will and power of Yahweh Shemal Shad. And thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man saith unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. So he didn't rob from his brothers. He didn't steal. He didn't bear false witness. He didn't do none of those. He didn't commit adultery. And adultery, come on, you niggas commit more adultery than anybody on this earth. Sleeping around with shit, come on. Come on. You're sleeping with all these different women that have been laid with all these different men. And then it makes everybody almost commit adultery, because there's almost not a woman out here that you can kick it with from the age of 18 and up that ain't had no rod from some other nigga. It's fucking ridiculous. Right? Okay. He said, I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? What am I missing? What am I missing? You know? You're missing the bitter. You had the sweet. You had the sweet. All this time, life been great. Life been grand. You know? Life been good. Because you kept the laws. You did all those things. You got your riches. Right? Yahweh said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. Yeah. I ain't about to, I'll keep the laws. I won't rob my people, right? I find a way to go rob the heathen, though, right? I go strip them of their money, right? I go, get the government out some money and shit, whatever it is. I go to the mountains and to the hills and steal from them, right? Go out in the wilderness and get what I need from where I got to get it from. But I don't know if I can give all that up, because that's my daily living. I got, that's my I can't, but I've done everything else, but I just can't get, but that's the point, right? That's now what the scriptures is bitter. Now, shit, I got to do what? Now it's bitter. See, so you got all this riches, and now you got to give it up. Can you give it up? No, man. A lot of people can't give it up. Hell, men in this world can't give up the little bullshit in this world that they get. So let alone the man. That's why I said it's be hardest for a rich man to enter to the kingdom of heaven. Man can't even give up the small shit. Man be poor, be going through, because he's going through so much hell. He's like, man, let me get out of these scriptures. And then you get out of the scriptures, maybe life ease up because you ain't with the Lord no more. So you like, let me go back to Egypt, because when we was in Egypt, Egypt was sweet. Yeah, we was in slavery, but we was eating. It was eating good. All that shrimp, crab, lobster, all that pork. Yeah, it was defiled food, but it was food. We wasn't hungry. We wasn't starving. Yahweh said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give the poor, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful. Now he's sorrowful. Why? Because it's bitter. That's bitter. That's shit. I ain't see this part of the scriptures. Where this come from? Every day was good. We the chosen. We're the Lord's holy people. We're a peculiar people. We're special people unto the Lord. We're royalty. We royalty. Why I got to give up all my royalty? Why I got to give up all my shit? I thought I was royalty. I thought, we was above the nations. He went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. That's it, man. That meant more to him than the Lord. His wealth, his money, his women, whatever it was, he can't give it up. And that's this world. That's what it is. When you get in the truth, men don't want to get that up. That bag, oh man, I got to give up that bag. Fuck that. I got to get that bag up. I get my bitches up. I got to get my cars up. I can stand a chance to lose my shit. Like, shit get hard. Now I got the fucking government on my ass. They already was been watching me, but now they fucking with me. See, that's the difference. See, when you with the Lord, now the mountains and hills been watching me all this time. But they ain't been fucking with me. I've been good. Right? I'm acting a fool and shit. Vacationing here. I'm in this country. I'm in that country. Man, I done fuck this bitch. I done fuck that bitch. I done, bad ass bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? She was right. Woo, 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 woo. She only had 1-2 bodies. I was way off. You look up. I'm in the scriptures. I get, and that not a bitter than hit you. The Lord said, okay, time is up. You want to be with me fully? Okay, now give up them great possessions. It's time to have some problems. I'm gonna have Esau look at you a little deeper. Now Esau about to look. Now Satan about to come Job your ass. Oh fuck no, fuck that shit. Then you doing videos against the Lord. You're doing videos against the men of the Lord. So if you're doing against the men of the Lord, you're doing against the Lord. See, now you're fighting against the Lord. Your fight ain't with me. Your fight ain't with YSO. Fight ain't with GMS. Your fight is with Yahweh Shema Shai. Or whatever other brothers out there that's righteous, that go through righteous, other camps that's righteous. Because all camps got righteous men in them. All camps got some wicked men in them. We've had wicked men, and we are a small sanctuary. And we've had wicked men in our camp. Okay? So, that man don't want to listen, don't want to do right, don't want to do what you was told or asked to do. Really was asked to do, because we was a brotherly camp. So So that's it, man. So you got to give up them great possessions. You got to give up those things. You got to give up. You got to be able to give that shit up, right? You got to be able to lose it. Not that you're not never gonna get it back. Job got it back, but he had to go through a season, a time where he had to suffer. He had to be tested. You got to get tested. The Lord got to put you through the test. And then when you finally come out of that test, no matter how long it is, hell, it could be the whole time your life is here in America. But when you come out of that test, when you open your eyes back up again, you're going to be with the Lord. And you're going to pass that test. And you've gotten your life. There go your life. We think life is here. Survival is here. We're surviving here. Okay? Being in America is not for riches, because it only lasts before so long. We don't know what day we die here. I could be talking to you today, be gone tomorrow. I could be gone in the next 15, 20 minutes. We don't know. This is what life is. You're in the land of death. Everything here dies. Everything is disintegrates. You build it up and it'll eventually die off. We are the number one thing that every day there's somebody dying. Why? Because this is the land of death. When you're born into the earth is death. Okay? So you got to be ready for that. Got to be ready for that. Right? So 23. Then said Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle, right? And that's back in Israel, they had these little walls. It's weird as hell how they had them. But they had these little walls with a camel when they come into the city, because it's too big to go through the door. But they had these little openings where a camel had to hump down and get his hump through it to get out, right? So It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, who then can be saved? I mean, because there was, you got to remember, Matthew was a tax man. Matthew had wealth. Peter and them was fishermen, But Yahweh Shai held them. Paul was a tent maker. But Yahweh Shai held them and said unto them, with men, this is impossible. See? But with Yahweh, all things are possible. Right? I just want to keep going on this a little more. I just love this. I'm going to just finish this off. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. So Peter well, we gave up the riches. We did everything the young man said. Right? We hold the laws best of our abilities. Right? We're not fucking our own people over. When it comes to our people. Right? When it comes to our people. You can sell, pig to a fucking heathen. Doesn't matter. They're not under the laws. You got to clean yourself. You got to wait, a day for you to be clean after dealing with the dead carcasses and shit. With that defilement, you have a certain way you have to prepare yourself before, and after, right? After you deal with the dealings, you gotta go off to yourself or whatever, and cleanse yourself, right? But if you gotta, get through, if you gotta scam a heathen, you scam a heathen. Whatever. Who cares? Gives a shit. Lord gives a shit. Now I'm not about to go out and sell drugs and shit. Nah, because because that shit's just, that'll just further to all our people. Because it's gonna kick over into our people, right? But if you got a food, you selling pig, I'm not gonna sell it to my people. I'm gonna sell it to the fucking heathen. If I got shrimp, crab, and lobster, I'll sell it to you fucking heathen. Okay. And Yahweh said to them, verily, verily, I say unto you that, Slakia. He said, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahweh said unto them, verily, I say unto you that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. All right. So after all this calamity, after all this hell, right there, we got to go through with the World War III, Judgment Day, right? Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So in the end, the Lord tell you it's about Israel, because the heathen, he didn't say judging the heathen, which we gonna judge them, but they don't matter. So he's saying, you, in the end, when the Lord come into his greatness, after all the destruction, right? You're going to sit on 12 tribes, on 12 thrones, Salakia. You're going to sit on 12 thrones, and you're going to judge 12 tribes of Israel. You're going to give them order, their laws, and rights, keep them right, and then they're going to pass that shit on down. So it ain't got nothing to do with the heathen. Nothing to do with the heathen, right? And everyone that have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or fathers or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake, right? Because during that time, you got to understand, during the time of Matthew, they were, during that time of the disciples, not Matthew, but during the entire time too, because Matthew was around that time. But during the time that the disciples was Peter, and the 12, during the time that they were out, Andrew and all them, they were all moving around, and they had to forsake their homes, their children, their mother, their father. They had to go. They had to leave. They had to go with Yahweh Shai. We don't have to forsake our mother, homes, and father and children now, because we're not walking no more, going to land, teaching about going over and getting our Gentile brothers, our foreigners, right, Israelite foreigners from other lands, and having to teach them, right. This is teaching now during the Urim and Thummim. Right, during the internet, we don't have that walk no more. That was the walk of them. That was their walk for their time. This is our walk now for our time. Okay, So they had to forsake brethren. They had to forsake sisters and fathers. They had to. They had no choice because they had to walk. They had to leave. They had to go do the work. The Lord made it easy for us to do the work now. Our work now is just to rehash everything that they did and went over. Our job now is to talk about what they did to bring back into remembrance, is to rehearse a righteous act. Because that already was done. The scriptures are already set forth. They just had to be put back into our remembrance. So once they get put back into our remembrance, our job now is just to keep repeating it and keeping our people remembering this is who we are, what we did, what we went through. You don't have to leave. That ain't force. Oh yeah, you just leave. Yeah, because what the fuck? I'll leave my family. Where the fuck I'm gonna move to a new house to forsake. All right. Anyway, so you gotta be on, man. You gotta really be thinking. You ain't thinking, bro. Like, this is not our walk. We do not walk like Peter walked. We do not walk like John walked. We do not walk like Andrew walked. We talk about their walk. We talk about another man's hardships, another man's failures, another man's righteousness. We talk about other men, the shit they had to go through, so we know when we go through our shit, right? Like it's the scripture said in 1 Peter's the 5th chapter. 1 Peter's 5:9 say it, right? Other men suffered. Other men went through things, so we got to know they're showing us, hey, look, these men went through these sufferings for the kingdom. And on this side, y'all just going to have to suffer. And they just wrote it back to us, letting us know. So we keep teaching each other up. So we all remember that what we got to go through. Remember when shit get tough. Remember when you eat this roll, it's going to be sweet in your mouth, but it's going to be bitter down in your belly. Remember, you're going to go through hard trials and tribulations. Remember the stories of Job. Remember the stories of Yahweh. Remember the story, remember what they went through. Remember what great men went through. But keep teaching, keep preaching. Teach your sons, teach your daughters. Don't run and leave them, because you leave them, now they lost. Because you come back, who do you come back through? Your sons. And you only teaching your sons up because you're doing what Peter did. You picked up your mantle and you left to go teach. You going out in fucking Africa, right? You going out to fucking, Colombia and all the Latino countries, and you going out to fucking Asia, finding the Israelites out there. You going out to the Philippines and Thailand, you trying to find all these different Israelites. But what about your seed? What about you? What about you? And that's the point. Your seed is you. What about your sons? But your sons don't know shit. Your sons sitting up dumb as hell, going with their homeboys, running the streets, acting like a faggot, doing faggot shit, faggot walks, and the other homeboy out there selling dope. But you all over here on the other side of the country, right? Your woman out here hoeing out. She done hold out because she got to make money. She can't make no money no other way. You was the one that was bringing the bread in. She done hoeing herself out from different niggas, but it's your fault. You left them because you got to go do the work. You just throw a computer on and do the work. Tell everybody shut the fuck up. Sit down somewhere until you get done doing what you got to do for the Lord. Do the work and handle your business like a man. It's crazy. It's not that walk was already done. That was done already. That was done already. You forsaking your children by, hey, look, I put my time in for the Lord. Sit down, shut the fuck up. Fuck out my face. Go take your ass over there. And I got to do my work. I must be about my Father's business, right? Like Yahweh Shai said. Now, this is us doing, okay, then you go back and do what you do. When it's my time to deal with the Lord, this is what I do. You go there. I come here. This is my getaway, right? This is the getaway. This is the Urim and Thummim putting it out. This is how we get away. That's crazy as hell for men who feel and think like that still to this day. That's crazy. Then you don't teach your sons up, and you gone. You got sons. That's where the fuck you come through, nigga. How do you come back? Through the seed, through the sperm, through your sons. So you got them, and then you got your sons up, and you don't teach them because you too busy teaching everybody else and bringing them up. But you done forgot about your own fucking self. You Kobe Bryant ass niggas. right? You don't forget about yourself, even you niggas in the scriptures, in the truth. And you don't teach your own sons up. Your own sons is fucked up and wayward and lost. They not taught up. And then next thing you know, you look up. When you come, if you have to come back again, then when you come back again, then you got to start off. You don't even know about the truth because you didn't push the truth to your family. You didn't push it to your sons. You didn't teach them. You come back, your daughters was all fucked up, hoes and tramps and sluts and drugged out and fucked out and slutted out because you didn't take the time to build them up. You didn't take the time to do what you're supposed to do. Take care of your house. You got to clean your house first. Clean your house first, dumbass. How you going to clean another man's house before you clean your own shit? Lord say that. Don't be a hypocrite. Your house filthy. But you going to tell somebody else they shit fucked up? And you go back and you come back and your house is all fucked up. Sons in jail, in out of jail, selling dope. Niggas in the streets. Nigga turn to a faggot. Shit, it's a fight daily. We work in the house of YSO. We're family camp, and we go through our different things. But the house is what the house is. This is a man of the Lord's house. This is it. There's no matter what we might want to do, but in this life you got to live for the Lord. You got to live for the Lord, because when you come back, that's when you come back and your sons sit down to your sons. And your son's sons, you might have one in there that ain't right. You might have one that mess, but if you got multiple sons, you can get you got a great chance of coming back right, because that shit get passed down through history. You pass it down, you keep passing down your forefathers, the knowledge of your forefathers, and that's how about Shemal Shah eat this roll. That the shit gonna be sweet when it go in, but it's gonna be bitter because you're gonna have a lot of shit because you wanted to be with Yahweh because this world hated the Lord. This world hated Yahweh. It hates Yahweh Shai because of the Father. So it's going to hate us because he hates the Lord, because it hates our brother. It hates our Father. So it's going to hate us. So we're going to have a lot of shit that we're going to have to get through. But you got to be strong. You got to be viable. Count the cost. Count the cost that you could complete the build. All right, back to the scriptures. And everyone that have forsaken house or brethren or sister or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. Like I said, that's what Yahweh Shah and Yahweh. But many that are first shall be last, and last shall be first. So those go through the bitter shit, you're gonna get your time. It's gonna come. Don't falter. Don't fold. Okay? Don't fold. Don't falter. Don't give up. Because shit don't stay bitter for long. Forever. Right quick, let me go here. I'm going to close out. Because I kind of talked, I think, a little more than I should have. But, hey, it's all in the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah. Sometimes the Lord put I've been a couple different places. The Lord done threw me all over everywhere, and here I come back to here. So, this 1 Peter 5:9. Let me get this right quick. And Salakia for earlier, for that one is Ezekiel, but it is what it is. Okay, yeah, come. This is 1 Peter. I'm gonna just run. I'm gonna start at 5 and 5. Point is in 9, right? Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. And this is what you brothers don't do that. It's a lot of dudes come in this, and you have an elder of a camp that you like. I don't want to. I want to be choosy. I don't want him to be my elder. Or I don't want them to be my elders. I want them to be my elders. So I'm going to go over there with them. Right? So you force where you want to be. The Lord be like, okay. Hey, you chose it. You do it. You live on it. And you're going to live with those consequences of it. Right? Because you didn't submit yourselves unto your elders. You had elders, but you chose other ones. And that's what the young man had to learn. When you first come in this thing, you come in with you. That's who you stick. That's where you stay. Right? Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yeah, all of ye be subject one to another. And the elder is there for you. Right? Elder could have wanted to leave. The state had the money to do it at that time. Could have rocked out and did his thing. But he said, you know what? For my brothers, right? For my brothers, we're going to stay here and we're going to stay in the shit for my brothers. Like Moses did, right? Moses said, shit, fuck it. I don't want to live a life of luxury with these fucking heathens. Now that I know who I am, now that I'm on point with Yahweh Shema Shai, the Lord is calling me, right? He's doing a Samuel to me. I don't want to sit here and be Lord and King over my people and beating and watching my people getting shitted on, spit on, pissed on, getting fucked over by these fucking heathens, just so I can have some rulership. I can just be above my people and dog them out. He said, fuck that. I'll go suffer with my people. And that's what he did. He went and suffered with his people. I'm not going to stand above you and be all over you and shit. Just like today in this world. These niggas, they choose to be over their own people. They choose to live a life of luxury for their self and gain, to be with Esau, Edom, and Esau's system, just so they can look down at their people and be over them. And they can beat and whooping. And they can murder and kill their own people and bear false witness against their own people. Because that's what you got to do when you with Esau. You can't build for your people. You can't build for them. You can't do nothing for your people, for your nation. You got to do everything for Edomites nations or the heathen nation. Everything you do got to go to them. Now look at Floyd Mayweather over there with them fucking gutter rats, them Israelis. Over there with Amalek's ass. Oh, yeah, I'll always support you. Yeah, well, my supporters are unwavering support for you. Nigga, you don't support your people. You be talking to your people, showing your people, yeah, nigga, this what I got. Nigga, I got this. Nigga, I got this many cars. Nigga, I got this many houses. I got all this money. Money making. To your people, you a fucking dog. You're a tyrant. You know? But to them, to they people, oh, you love them. You giving them niggas money and shit. What y'all need? Need 100 million? Give y'all 100 million. These motherfuckers is the biggest welfare case of the earth. They done got trillions of dollars out of America, out of Babylon, America. What the hell? They don't need your $100 million. Nigga, you need to be funneling that shit to your people in the hood. Take that shit to the hood and spread that shit out. You know? You ain't gonna do that. Nigga, open up some business in the hood. Make life a little easier for a brother. Put a brother on or put him on work. You know? You ain't gonna do that. Not for your people. But you sure gonna go support the fuck out them people, though. You niggas is ass backwards. Right? But, so anyway, back to the scriptures. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Slakia. Skip. Yeah, all of you be subject one to another and be clothed with humility. Them niggas ain't humble at all. For Yahweh resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble. See? So you don't get a crown, right? You're going to get this suffering and you're going to catch a missile and you're going to catch a hell. You're going to catch, one of them Edomites going to have your ass tied up in the basement. You, your daughter, your grandkids, your whole fucking family, right? They're going to string y'all asses up and carve y'all down like they carved that lamb on that year roll. They're going to be shaving your motherfucking meat off your ass so they can survive. Right? Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh Shema Shai, that he may exalt you in due time. Cast all your cares upon him. And that's all we can do. For he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And you niggas has been totally devoured. Whether you niggas in the world and you niggas in the scriptures. That was supposed to be in the scriptures. All you Sakari niggas, Satan has already devoured you niggas. You can't come back and rebrand yourself as Genesis. You've been devoured already. So the Lord just gonna close that shit up too. The Lord closed that fucking Sakari shit up, and he gonna close your shit up. IUIC, your shit gonna get closed up. ISUPK, your shit gonna get closed up. Everybody that's against Yahweh Shem Shai, you gonna get closed up. YSO got closed up. As far as niggas that then got put out of YSO ain't with us. So it's only just a few. It's just the core. It's just the core. Okay? Shit, GMS, niggas that ain't writing GMS, you gonna get closed up because Satan is devouring everybody because this devil is roaring, right? Because it's the end. This is it. So look, I believe the elect is sealed. I just believe that what it is, the Lord is getting you filthy niggas out. This is when the Lord say bundle them up. Right, you came in with the bride, and you motherfuckers ain't had the right bridal dress. You know what I mean? You wasn't right. You came in a whole nother garment. Your shit ain't right. So the Lord, like, I already got my elect. Now let's get rid of these niggas. We gotta get you niggas out of here. So we all you unwavered, phony doctrine ass niggas, you getting put out. The Lord is cleaning house. It's the cleaning. It's the sifting. See, we in the time of the sift. That you niggas gotta go. You gotta get out. Because he already got the elect. The elect gonna stay. The elect don't fall out the sift. But you niggas do. So I feel like the Lord is just cleaning house. It's house cleaning. And then we're gonna be on to get on because this shit going down. Because the wars is around. The war is everywhere. They just blowing shit up in Ukraine. I just don't be doing videos on it, man. I be watching this shit every day, man. Because it's the same shit. We know it's coming. It's there. But all them videos, man, I be on this shit. Man, fucking Ukraine, Russia blowing shit up back and forth, left and right, man. They shit is hot. Iran blocked off, just right quick, just talking through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Al-Shad. Iran blocked off the Straits of Hormuz. Iran's blocking that off. America's down in Venezuela. Right, it was some Venezuela boats trying to block that USS Carrier from getting down there. But, bro, this shit is hot. You know what I mean? Iran about to get ready to go back into war with fucking the gutter rats. If you don't think, just see, the Lord saves the best for last. And Babylon is the best. America's the best. The best destruction comes to you last. So just because you can't see it and feel it, but you'll see it. You'll be seeing and feeling it as the more your military is dragged into this Venezuelan war, the more you dragged into that Iranian and Amalek war, the more you dragged into that Ukraine and Russia war. You feel it, and then you can't forget about China, Taiwan. You can't forget about South Korea, North Korea. So all this shit, Yemen, all these different places is just crazy. Okay. So, what you don't think and you don't see, it's there. It's happening. Just because, the problem is America is blocked off from everything. They don't show you what really is going on. And the people don't see it. Or the people will start at being different. And then, and don't forget about the chariot and the chariot out in space. So, what they call the 3-eye atlas. So hey man, so shit is heavy. We're in a heavy time. So we ain't got nothing to do but to pray to Yahweh Shem Al-Shad. Because in a minute, we ain't going to be around doing the scriptures. Because, in a minute, shit, it's going to be a famine of the word. The men of the Lord is going to have to go on famine because in a minute, this internet going to be cut. And ain't nobody going to be doing shit. And it's going to be what it's going to be. We are in Jacob's trouble. Remember that. We're in Jacob's trouble. That's for sure. Okay? It's just the beginning. All right, when you're in a storm, the storm is not, it doesn't get bad until you get to the middle of that motherfucker. I mean, the storm is coming. You see it coming. You can see it's dark. It's gloomy. Fucking wind blowing, trees blowing over the horizon. Shit. It's coming. So, verse 8, be sober and vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Whom resisteth steadfast. If you resist Satan, stand fast in the faith. That's right. Knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So when you're going through the hell, you're going through the scriptures, and you had the sweet, but you get into the bitter, and things is getting rough. Hey, man, don't worry about it. No, it's the Lord that's done it. It's the Lord that's doing it. And you're going to be all right. He's doing it to refine, remold you, make you great. You're being remade tougher and stronger because there's something tougher coming. Because there's something coming tougher. Jacob's trouble is about to get a whole lot more rougher. Chaos is getting ready to ensue, uproars of the people, right? You got, even here in America, you got people uproaring over this ICE shit, right? Seattle going crazy. There's a lot of shit going on in Chicago. There's a lot of shit going on in Memphis. There's a lot of shit going on in different places in America. You just got to be ready for what's going to come down to you. So the Lord is refining us to make us stronger through our hardship, because once again, what I say this is death. Everything about this world is about death. You are born to go to your death. You're not born here for life. You're not born to stay here forever. This is not eternal. We don't come to this world and become eternal. Some people got 20, 30 years, 15, 10 years, 5, 4 years. Some don't make it out the fucking womb. This is death. So you're born into death. You're born into sin. Okay? And you got to remember that. You got to know it. So this shit going to be hard, right? It's going to be hard no matter what. Even whether you serve the Lord or you don't. It's going to be hard. Okay? So, hey, look. So I'm Yaquan from YSO. I was going to, you know what? Let me get this one. Because before I go, let me grab this one scripture I wanted to grab. This is, yeah. This is I'm gonna just read this. I really need to start it from the top. I'm gonna start it from the top because I just can't help myself. But I'm only gonna go okay. This is Isaiah 45. I'm gonna start at 1. And the point is down at 7, I believe. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have held it, to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings, to open before him the 2-leaved gates, and the gates shall not be shut. I will go before thee and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron. And all this is happening here. It's going to happen here in Babylon. Right? These power of these nations, this power of Esau is going to be broken, is being broken. Right? And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord Yahweh, which called thee by thy name, am the power of Israel. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. And so, where's there anything about the heathen here? Other than breaking their bars and breaking their gates. Where is there anything about the heathen? Where is there anything about the heathen that the Lord that the heathen is the elect? He said, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect. Not heathen my elect, not Amalek, not Ishmael, not any no nation, but Israel. I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee. Though thou hast not known me. See, you 2/3, you don't know the Lord. But you still been surnamed. Right? I am the Lord Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no power beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. So all the hell, the bitter, that's the Lord. So why are we tripping? Why are we tripping when the Lord kicking out? Because we know he's going to take us out of it. Because he created it. He made the hell for us. He created. So it's like, why are we going to nut up about it? Just fight through it. Get through it. It's going to be okay. You know? It's going to be all right. You understand? For I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, do all these things. Right? So what's the issue? What's the issue? You know what I mean? Yeah, we go through some tough shit, some rough shit. Yeah, shit be fucked up. Okay. But why we tripping? Yeah, we gon', yeah, it's rough, man. But so what? So what? Let's get through it. Okay? Right here. Lamentations 3 and 38. Do not both adversity and good come from the mouth of the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai? So does not a hard time and a good times come from the Lord? So why the fuck you tripping? Why the fuck are we tripping? Because it all come from Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, no matter what. No matter who he says to do the bidding, but it's because the Lord put them here to do it. Okay? And I'm going to finish off on this one scripture right here, and this is going to be my last scripture. Okay? It's in Philippians. Let me see. Is it Philippians? Yeah, I think it's Philippians. Let me get this one. Or is it Second Timothy? It might be one in Philippians too. I think it's one in Philippians. I think one is in Philippians. Philippians, the first chapter. I'm gonna try that one. I think it's one in Philippians, the first chapter, and I think it's Second Timothy's. I think is the one I want. But hold on, let me check. Let's check. Salakia for the pauses, Let me check Second Timothy. I'm trying to Salakia. Just give me a minute. Just bear with me. Let me get here. No, that's wrong. Yeah, I'm trying. Where's my blue letter at? Come on now, shit. Right, blue letter Bible. Yeah, I think if I want to say, I go to my blue letter a lot because the blue letter is where I will find my scriptures. I have them down in a lot of places, but I think it's either Philippians 1 and 20 or 2 Timothy's 3 and 12. So let me try 2 Timothy's right quick. Let's try 2 Timothy. Let me see. This is it. Oh yeah, kind of. Yep. This is what I want right here. Yeah, right quick. This is 2 Timothy's. This is 2 Timothy's. I'm gonna read this. Okay, this is 2 Timothy 3 and 10. But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, and patience. Charity, patience. Persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch. Okay, this is Paul. At Iconia and Lystra, were persecutions I endured. But out of them all, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, delivered me. See? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They see? Yea, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai shall suffer persecution. Okay? So you got to be ready. So if you going, Paul went through hell. Paul went through suffering, afflictions, right? He went through a lot of shit. But he said, if you living with the Lord, you're gonna go through some shit. You're gonna suffer some persecutions. You can't think you're gonna get in this thing and not go through, and not have to go through some shit to get the kingdom, right? If you want the kingdom, you're gonna have to work for it, and this is a part of it. Nobody want to go through it. Nobody, it's not something nobody just want to do. No, but you take it cheerfully. Okay? Let me get this first Philippians 1:21 right quick. It's a lock here. Let me get Philippians right quick. All right, so this is Philippians. Yeah, this is Philippians 1:21. For to me to live is Hamashiach, and to die is gain. Like I said, because you're gonna suffer here, but when you die, you gain. You get life, everlasting life. Right now, you've gained because you went through the hell when you're in the scriptures, when you're a man of the Lord, when you're trying to be of the elect. You went through the hell, and now you went through that hell, and you've graduated. You completed your course. When you wake up to the Lord, you've gained what? You gained your crown. You gained everlasting life, right? You got your rights back. Okay? But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor. Yet what I shall choose, I won't not. For I am in a strait betwixt two, having a desire to depart and to be with Hamashiach, which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you. And having this confidence, I know that I shall abide and continue with you all of your furtherance and joy and faith, that your rejoicing may be more abundant in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach for me by my coming to you again. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Hamashiach. And that's what we do, right? Everything we do, we teaching of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, but we're betwixt the two, right? We're betwixt a hard place, man. It's, living in this flesh and trying to be in the spirit. Only let your conversation be as it becometh of the gospel of Hamashiach, that whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind striving together for the faith of the gospel. It's the good news, right? And in nothing terrified by your adversaries, which is to them an evident token of perdition, but to you of salvation. So that's it. So it's like, man, that's some fucked up shit. No, man, this is salvation, because you in some fucked up shit. This is the way we get to the kingdom, right? And that of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. For unto you it is given in the behalf of Hamashiach, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake, having the same conflict which ye saw in me, and now here to be in me. It's like, let me read that again. Having the same conflict which ye saw in me, and now here to be in me. So you're going to go through it. You're going to go through the hell Paul went through. You're going to suffer, right? Or the other, it's the other scripture say to live with him is to suffer with him. I can't remember what that scripture is right now. But, that, we got to go through some hell. You got to go through some pain. You're going to go through some trouble, right? You're going to go through the heartaches. You're going to go through the rough shit. And that's the bitter. That's the bitter of coming into the truth, right? It's knowing that the majority of the truth is you're going to have some shit to deal with, because Satan going to start attacking you like crazy, like a roaring lion. Satan going to come and he going to throw all kind of shit at you, and he ain't going to stop. Satan ain't going to stop until the Lord call him off, right? So, hey, look, so I'm Yaquan for a while. So, y'all shall sanctified ones. Keep pushing, keep praying, keep teaching. We almost out of here. This shit is going to come to an end. Just keep staying strong in the faith. Keep believing, keep pushing. Don't give up, don't give in. Hey, shalom and above the ball.